Hmm. So there's a long road to power, right? Everyone knows that. One Piece is real. Luffy fights to the end. And power is not something you gain of someone else. It's more like Rayleigh. Rayleigh is the most powerful character in all of One Piece, right? Shanks isn't. Shanks has the most might and power. Ruffy is the most strongest in fight. But Rayleigh is the most powerful one. For some reason. He's not the best in fight anymore, but that's besides the point. He looks like a pirate. Could be. Maybe not. Maybe he's just come steady. Maybe not. It's fairly irrelevant because that is not power. It's all not power. It's not what Rayleigh desires, meaning that power that Rayleigh wants. Something different. He wants to stabilize it. He chooses his way and therefore is the way he is. 100% true to himself, which needs to be done. Needs to be done. Meaning, Rayleigh is always in the search for how to stabilize power well better, but not really. Really tries to understand how the things of power to some degree that will give them rise to someone who has means of accomplishing whatever he wants to accomplish. So really doesn't try to strike the fourth by fourth. He doesn't try to strike Kaido for good reason, just like Shanks doesn't. Shanks doesn't for a fair or good reason. He doesn't want to absolve the destiny of someone else. Logic. Even if Ruffy dies, that's irrational. Rayleigh is different. Rayleigh understood he did a mistake and he fell. No, not really, it's not a mistake. Gold Roger doesn't get it, but it's most likely even more imminent that he would have died. 100%. He's not real, it's a character of a storyline. But Adam and Eve are real. Nonetheless, Rayleigh does get that. Some mistakes, buys some time to stabilize power. But his captain has died, so life is not relevant. In the studio, has lived the life in order to live, he's vanished, just like a pirate. And for that, he bought Gold Roger a little bit of time to die in peace. Well, that would be not an option. Someone who's not a pirate. Pirate doesn't get it, even if he's a good pirate. Marine does, but he's not further advanced than anything. So, there's not One Piece. Villains often mentioned get it, but they're too arrogant, too foolish. Power comes by control. It's not even power, it's just steel. So, no one in One Piece really is this idea. Yu-Gi-Oh! It is. Yugi gets it. In my mind. So what is power? Well, it's not power for people. That's not power, just like money. It's irrelevant. It's not power, it's irrational. It's all selfish designed, evil. Every degree of everything. But the Omen. The Omen not necessarily evil per se. Has high tendencies to it. Evil really can do something because it can lash out and more most likely strike at one point with some conjured idea that they kept well paralyzed. But evil will always strike on this idea. You pattern something in your mind and then strike back subconsciously, meaning without your knowledge. It's 100% true. Meaning power is something different. It's self-control. That is of course power. It's strength in power somehow. Self-control, impulse control, very important. Cigarette weakness, but not if you can control it. Self-determined choice than to die by it if death, deadly, yeah, irrelevant. Life in a simulation, irrelevant. It's not you anymore. It's just what you think is irrelevant. Gold Roger gets this. You understand? Someone can live, he can survive, understands it. But he has a fundamental flaw in his ability. He should not. It's irrational. Head of family will not ever die. It's irrational to believe that. Also, Gold Roger only came to his relief because he lost. It's irrelevant. So who would get it? Yugi gets it. Yugi gets the idea. His people around him maybe not. But Kaiba does. Yugi must get stronger. 100%, man. Otherwise you're just dead. It's fate. Stop it. So Kaiba gets it. Kaiba's weird. Kaiba strives for power by monetary gains, but not like a pirate. It's different. So who's like Yugi? Marek. Marek is like Yugi. Just he's evil. Not really. Marek has a high tendency for evil and spirals out. He's lost. He lost at all places. So who gets it? Mewtwo. Mewtwo is full of hatred, but not for the reason to be created or something like that. He's not created. The scientists are already his game. So Mewtwo like this doesn't get it. So who gets it? Is there any archetype out there in the world, in any series that gets it? What I mean? Huh. Someone, yeah. Some series does. Which is Otovaru, Eternal Day, Eternal Night, Fire by Pyre, meaning bright and shunting. No. Haunting. Yeah. So, who gets it? The person who gets it in any anime series is Sailor Moon to some degree, but she has fallen from grace for all degrees of love. She gets love, but not the power behind it. So Inuyasha gets it. Yeah, he really does. But he's also dead in the end, so he doesn't get it. He's trapped in Fire Japan, but doesn't get the point. There's no option. Never. So who gets it? Well, some anime series does get it. Not Dragon Ball either. But somehow Goku dies. But it's very rational. Goku is the hero of the story. So Harry Potter gets it. Yeah, Harry Potter gets it. But that's besides the point. It's not an anime series. So who gets it? It's rather interesting because he's usually portrayed as a villain who is about to become a hero. It's not Batman, it's not Catwoman. They get it. They will not go off themselves for anything, not even justice themselves. It's irrational. Someone in the series gets it. The Riddler does, but he's very just playing around for the other or some reason. Now that person gets it. Whoever they would be portrayed in. Yugi gets it, as said, but he's too much of value, even in this idea of speaking, meaning too holy, sacramental, something, to be thought of to be dead. An angel meant hold prayer just because he wants to. He cannot help it. It's irrational. Do not. You're too much of something that you cannot understand that. If you pray to God for something like this. But who in the anime series gets it? Well, that's the point. That person gets it. It's not Attack on Titan. Well, can be. But Light gets it. Light understands it. Justice is so important that you need to sin for it even if it meets your own end. You then just go on. You will not suffer. You don't go to heaven, not to hell. And the Shinigami Ryuk gets it too. You're fighting for him. That's good. Shinigami Ryuk is of course working in a hierarchy. He's already safe by Light's doing. Or maybe not. But Light gets it. Someone who looks like Light doesn't. No one wants to be like Light, but Light is L, and then you have already fallen. But Light gets it. He understands everything is needed to be permitted in the realms of justice to secure this idea. You cannot be unjust in this idea, it's irrational. But you should always strike at everything that is unjust, and while you do that, keep everything safe for worse or for better. But then, in the end, if you're dead because you fought for the Shinigami Ryuk, it's okay. So why is Ryuk fought for by Light? Well, the Death Note has a fundamental flaw. It cannot be given to humans. It's against the Shinigami rules. Light knows this. How does Light know it? Understands it. Immediately. The apple given to Ryuk is always proof of it. Ryuk, oh no, way. So, Light gets it. He understands. This woman will be always with him. She was always by his side, even when Ryuk wasn't there. Ryuk gets it. They need to be together. Love needs to be secure. We'll always be rival. Irrational. So Light gets it. He's L, and one of them will die. And in the end, most likely him too. Maybe not, but it's irrelevant. He might be resurrected again as a Shinigami in some other realm, but irrelevant. Everyone in the scenery of Light gets it too. The police, everyone. Fighting for what's just. Yes, of course. Fighting for what is the idea. No. Fighting for head of everything. Or better said, head of family. That idea. Well, then I'm just a boy who lived. I said Harry Potter gets it. His parents are still alive all the time. He's looking at the mirror and doesn't get where they are. But you see them in the end of the series. It's fairly obvious. Well hidden. In plain sight. Well, never. So, question is, why does Light get it? But Ryo needs to understand this and cannot fall away from it. It's irrational. Doesn't make sense. Just logically by speaking, with the firstborn, so no, with the one who was first there with their partner. The head of family can restart family, even maybe secure the rest of family was dead. Maybe save the police or something like it. And Light gets that. Doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. As long as Light further inscribes the Death Note with sentences, as well as some scribble notes, and holds the apple to Ryo, it's secure and it's just. Everything else is irrational. Now, why is this obvious? Fairly interesting. Because it's not about the apple, not about the second Death Note either. It's about how the way Ryuk interacts with it, but also just as proof. Light gets this by the existence of the Death Note itself and that it was given to a human. It cannot be different. If Ryuk gave the Death Note to Light, he intended that. He went against the rules of the highest ranks of Shinigami, but the Shinigami permitted that. The Death Note should not exist, it should be illegal, but maybe will always exist by laws of power. It's maybe something that cannot be invented, maybe is always there and is real by fate. So fate is then real, and it needs to be secured and protected. So it's logic that he will die. That gets it. Maybe it's a monitor thing, but besides the point, it's on a corpse. Plans it well through when he died. Then it's well planned through. It's on a corpse, just like us. And then he defaults. And he dies in a safe and secure place. But on with all his go, because Ryuk gets it too. Fairly obvious in the series. He's walking in a dream, an eternal day fire, towards maybe a little bit metaphorical, but it's irrelevant. Better together and fade away, yeah? You know? So, Light gets it. And what do I mean? Power is needing to be self-inspired. Can be interchanged by wisdom. Needs to be derived. You cannot secure power to go with your own degree, but it's about wisdom, about knowledge. Brings peace by war from high above. Power. So, Light is understanding that. Understands all means necessary to achieve justice. Justice doesn't hold to something else, but also never to innocent sacrifice. And Light is far from not innocent. He kills only evil, never a good person. So Dexter doesn't get it, right? Yeah, maybe. But Dexter somehow gets it. He understands he's necessary, even if he's evil, but he's not. He understands Debbie is good, and that he might survive with her. Fairly rational. I think Moody gets it. I think Moody understands it's all about Karen. All the demons are slaughtered in the end, and he's with her all the time. No with a man, no woman. I never fell. But Gabriel really did. He's like him, but really rather different now. No, Light gets it. I said. So which anime series gets this as whole point? Fairy Tail. But it's irrational. It doesn't exist really. So Inuyasha. Yeah, but Inuyasha is dead in the end. So which anime series is there myself? Naruto somehow understands it. Ruffy gets what they're speaking about, that he shouldn't be a pirate, but also not a marine, because they don't understand this idea. So there's one anime series left, taking all of this out of count, just like Power. It's Pokemon. Ash dies for Pikachu. All the Pokemon in Ash ranks are not controlled by him. The Pokeball is fake, of course. Ash would never really capture a Pokemon in Pokeball. Yes, of course, it's in the series, but why is it obvious that they're not always there? He always carries just 6 Pokemon with him from the many Pokemon he has. They must be somewhere else in the Pokebank. The Pokebank must be not a Pokeball. Must be something like a different universe or something. So Ash and Pikachu, well, she dies for him and him. He for her too. She gets electrocuted by him, well, not really, him too by her. And he even puts himself in front of Mewtwo, the evil Mewtwo. So Mew understands this very well, and Digimon 100% gets it. You need to die for me, myself. True that, Mr. Mew. But you need to die for the clan. Yeah, if so happening, not really, I don't need to. Yeah, that's war. True that. So they get it. Power works like this. It's all otherwise poison. Always. So it's important. Digimon gets it. No innocent sacrifice given. And Alucard gets it too. You to slaughter the evil vampires. The good ones are on your side. Here we come to the side where anime can become a religion. You can understand the archetypes from it and understand why it could become a religion. Exodia tells you why it is not. Unless you change it. So that's what it's get. Darkrai. Darkrai is the holy Pokemon. Mew and Darkrai are the same. Strongest of heart. Darkrai. Dropped magic. Darkrai. So it gets it. Now why this reality cannot be simulation? If you look how the cards are laid this year, shouldn't be possible. Swept around in a split moment of perspective. Doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? Because the card laid like this, that doesn't work. So why is this inspired by something else that is not of humanity? Well, it's an archetype. This will always and can always exist, just like Exodia, just like the books. And the cards, therefore, so the rule. Not all inspiration by the world, just because you believe it to be. Just like the Hieroglyphs, even if it wouldn't matter. But besides the point, just for mention. Now, of course, you, as a pirate, will always try to use it as a trick in advance. The pirate wants everything, he wants all. He's not happy with the way he is. It's miserable by choice. Doesn't care. It's a tool. And Ravi doesn't get that. He has no traitor anymore in his ranks after Kaido. None of his crew should die, but maybe will. It's just an anime written. It's not truth, it's not history. It could have been, but it's not. So sad. Alucard gets it. And then the last anime that I'm speaking about. It's not Digimon, it's not Alucard. Serenity. Meaning the magic one. Just like Yugi gets that he might need to die for the Dark Magician. The person in question gets while it wouldn't need to be the case of such not to be conjured up, meaning he can escape it. No innocent sacrifice given, but then he's just dead. Doesn't matter. So, sanity.